We can save a lot of people. I mean, some of those kids that's real starvation stuff. I see it. And you can't fake that. So we're going to be even more involved.
President Trump speaking to reporters where he was meeting with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer to discuss trade and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. President Trump has urged Israel to finish the job in Gaza, but declined to obviously join as the UK and France in recognizing the Palestinian state here. Breaking right now from France, UK will only back Palestine recognition if it is part of a wider plan. A lot of heat on Macron. Also, Israel announcing yesterday that it would take a tactical pause in fighting to allow aid delivery to Gaza after 25 countries issued a joint statement saying the war must end now. I am pleased to bring in right now the national president of the Zionist Organization of America, Morton Klein, to talk about this. Good to see you, Morton, as always. Obviously, Macron announced that he was going to recognize Palestinian state. We're seeing now UK will only do it if it's part of a wider plan. But Macron going forward and doing this, President Trump obviously sitting next to Keir Starmer there, who the two have a very good relationship. Your reaction to what is happening with this recognition?
I am a child of Holocaust survivors. I lost most of my family to the nightmare of Hitler and the massacre of Jews for 6 years. France has now become a promoter of Arab Islamic terrorism, an enabler of it, by rewarding Islamic terrorism, by sending a message that murdering 1,200 Jews, innocent Jews, men, women, babies, on October 7th, you get a state out of it. You get respect out of it. And this is also not only a nightmare of rewarding terrorism, it is against international law. The San Remo Resolution, the Lodge Fish Resolution, the UN Charter, Article 80, forbids the UN or any state to transfer any part of this area to a non-Jewish entity because under international law, binding international law, it was promised to the Jewish people. But he says, don't worry, we're going to have Abbas run it, not Hamas. First of all, Hamas is in power, not Abbas. But even if Abbas runs it, Abbas pays Arabs lifetime pensions to murder Jews and Christians, spends $400 million a year. He's a dictator. He hasn't had elections in 20 years. He has a charter. This is the Abbas Charter. I have it here in my hand. Let me read you 2 sentences. It calls for the eradication of the Zionist economic, political, military, and cultural existence, and the struggle should not cease unless the Zionist state is demolished and Palestine is completely liberated. This is Mahmoud Abbas, whose emblem I'm holding up in my hand shows all of Israel and as Palestine. There's the shape of all of Israel as Palestine with a picture of Arafat and a machine gun. So this is a total nightmare completely. And even giving them a state will not work. You have to understand, they have a state will only enable them to promote their hideous agenda. Syria has a state, North Korea has a state. They're not lovely. They have more power because they have a state.
I want to get your reaction as well in our final minutes about the aid, the humanitarian aid. A senior U.S. official, Mort, is saying that Hamas's second highest priority in those ceasefire talks, which broke down, was shutting down the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. So they want to keep the aid in the hands of the UN.
There are hundreds of UN trucks sitting there waiting to deliver the aid. But they say they can't because they're afraid that Hamas will kill them. Because Hamas has killed hundreds of Arabs who go out, Gaza Arabs, and get the aid. And they've killed others who are enabling, who are delivering the aid. So any situation of hunger in Gaza is due to Hamas, not due to Israel, who's done everything they could to deliver aid. Also, in what war do people care about enemy civilians? Why are we talking about the Ukrainian civilians who are being massacred by Russia, the Russian civilians who are being killed by Ukraine? You hear nothing about that. This is just a way to be hateful toward Jews and toward Israel. It is not because of any sincere concern. And this tragedy wouldn't be happening if, in fact, Hamas was allowing the aid to be given to the people. They don't want it. They want this nightmare because they see it hurts Israel, and they see that it makes a country like France say, we want to give you a state.
Yeah.